The girl was unaware that a small truck was following her from behind. A few seconds later, the vehicle stopped beside the girl. After a few more seconds, the car door slammed shut and it sped away. The girl lay unconscious in the truck bed. The girl vanished without a trace. This case remained unsolved despite years of investigation. On a day 11 years later, this girl with heavy and terrifying dark circles under her eyes suddenly appeared stumbling along the street. Concerned citizens rushed forward to check on her and called an ambulance. The girl's mother was overwhelmed with tears upon hearing that her daughter, missing for 11 years, had been found, and tearfully told her husband Sam the news. The family hurried to the hospital. The girl on the hospital bed was pale and bloodless, her eyelashes trembling slightly, as fragile as paper that might tear at the slightest touch. Sam confirmed this was his daughter by the pattern on her arm. He still remembered how they had a big fight over this very thing years ago. The family had no time for a proper reunion, as Alice eventually fell into a deep sleep from exhaustion. Waking up in the middle of the night to see her family keeping vigil in the small hospital room, her heart was filled with mixed emotions. The next day, the girl recounted to police the entire process of her kidnapping. Her brother Matthew kept his jaw clenched throughout, unwilling to believe the abuse his dear sister had endured all these years. To satisfy twisted desires, someone had extended their evil reach toward a child. Over the years, Alice would be beaten by her captor from time to time. Her father could no longer bear to listen and left the room, struggling to contain his emotions. That was his precious daughter, who had been tormented like a plaything by a criminal for years. The pain in his heart was unbearable. The investigating officer showed no signs of stopping. When Alice was being loaded into the ambulance, she kept calling out a name: Sophie Giroux. Sophie was the victim of another missing person case, who had also been abducted by a yellow pickup truck. They needed to find clues quickly, as there might still be hope for Sophie. At this point, Alice's expression became pained. She did know Sophie, and they had supported each other. Sophie was too defiant and refused to submit, so the kidnapper treated her terribly, leaving her barely clothed and often denying her food. When Sophie and Alice escaped, Alice had wanted to bring her along, yet Sophie was too weak to walk. She was likely in grave danger by now. Alice was too weak to provide more information in the short term. The couple thought nothing could be worse, yet reality proved otherwise. The nurse examining Alice brought devastating news. Alice had stretch marks, meaning she had given birth to a child. Looking at childhood photos with her brother, everything felt so familiar. This was the home she had longed for over 10 years. Alice's parents didn't want to ask about the child, yet Alice firmly denied it, insisting she had never given birth. Her mother was puzzled. Why would her daughter deny this? She didn't press further and brought her daughter to the bedroom. She carefully asked if she could give her a hug. When she touched her daughter's rigid body, her heart couldn't help but ache. Her mother comforted her daughter to rest early. Facing their silent daughter, the couple carefully turned and walked out.
Mom. Night.
Alice didn't know how significant this voluntary good night was to them both. Her fingers moved as she observed the room, finally allowing a barely perceptible smile to cross her lips.